And now, Mike's thoughts.
Man Hour Nation, sometimes in this great world, we get things wrong. Sometimes we're so hell-bent and stuck thinking in our head that something is going to happen, but it just doesn't come to fruition. For the first 30 minutes of the Green Bay Packers taking on the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers say, "Bring that ass here, boy!" But there's 60 minutes in the football game. And in the second 30 minutes of that 60-minute football game, the Chicago Bears said, "I'll bring my ass here. And we're not going to let you get one first down in the third quarter. We're going to give you 29 yards until the last drive of the fourth quarter. We're going to put that belt to that ass over and over and over again." Now, I will admit when I am wrong. I will admit that I got the Green Bay Packers in the Chicago Bears game wrong. I told you that the Chicago Bears were going to be one and done. And I told you that the Green Bay Packers were going to go to the Super Bowl. Sometimes you got to live up to the mistakes. Sometimes you got to live up to those mistakes and admit that you were wrong. And Man Hour Nation, I was wrong. Jordan Love is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and he's about to lead the Green Bay Packers to the Super Bowl. In the history, the tape, and the numbers all line it up. Guys, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers are going to the Super Bowl. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This Man Hour Sport Talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour Sport Talk. Man Hour Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour Sport Talk. Man Hour Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation? Guys, welcome to Man Hour NFL Talk, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut NFL talk. I'm so glad you guys are on with us today. But if you guys are new here, be sure to hit the like button, hit the share button, and of course subscribe so you never miss a live, interactive show. That's the best way to stay tuned into us. But if you guys want to become a Pigskin Pundit, guys, if you guys want to take the next level access, guys, become a Pigskin Pundit. It's a members-only community. It is 99 cents a month over here on YouTube. It's $4.99 over there on the old Facebook page, but you get free entry into weekly NFL pick'ems. You get exclusive merchandise. You get extra live streams that only the Pigskin Pundits get. And you get a hell of a lot more if you guys are a Pigskin Pundit. Now, guys, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Drop your hottest of the hottest takes down below. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. I want to hear from you. Old Man River, he says, Pigskin Pundits, get you some.
Pigskin Pun, get you some.
Yes, sir, Old Man River. He says, I love that shirt. Old Man River, this was one of the original Man Hour hoodies. It's purple on lime green. It's that Joker feel. It was right when we were starting to roll out a little bit of merch, seeing what we're going to do. But you know what? We might bring back the Haters Make Us Famous shirt because you know what? There are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people. Let me turn down my headset. There are a lot of people out there that are making fun of me today. There are a lot of people making fun of me today, and just like Old Man River says, how does that crust taste? Tastes like Ben Johnson, hard shake, was immune. Listen, you guys are absolutely right. I am eating that crow today. I told you that the Chicago Bears were going to be one and done. I told you that the Green Bay Packers, everything was lining them up to make a nice Super Bowl run. And for the first 30 minutes, baby, I was pounding my chest. As you guys know, my man BC Combs is a huge Chicago Bears fan. Hoffy, you guys know the Hofstetter, my right-hand man, come during the pre-games for next season, my stats guy, my knowledge guy. We were in a group chat. He's like, oh, he was throwing out the go pack, go pack. I'm like, oh shit, Hoffy, you just jinxed us, brother. You just jinxed us. And sure as shit, third quarter. Oh man, third quarter. It was bad. It was bad. Average American boy says, what's good, baby? What is good? Average American boy. And he says, after the Bears choke, boy. What can you say? What can you say? You cannot win them all. And yes, the Chicago Bears had an epic comeback. The Chicago Bears did their thing. The Chicago Bears said, bring that ass here. And then, boom. As you guys know, I'm in my dining room today. We still got the leg lamb up from the holidays. If you know, you know. Biggest from the Christmas story. I don't know. My wife is a huge Christmas fan. My man Jim Powson says, Hoffy, the knowledge guy? Hey, Hoffy's a hell of a lot smarter than me. That's why I have him do the stats. That's why I have him do this, and this, right? When the pregame, so guys, spoiler alert, if you are Picks and Punt It, you know this. In the 2026 NFL season, every Sunday morning from like 10 to 11:30-ish, potentially noon, depending on how long it goes, we are doing our own pregame show. We are going to cover the Kansas City Chiefs. We are going to cover the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going to cover the New England Patriots, the Dallas Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, New Orleans Saints. Was that all of them, guys? Oh, did I say the Vegas Raiders? I'm not for sure. There are 8 teams that we are covering during that pregame show. So if you guys are a fan of those teams, join in. If you want us to talk about your team during the pregame show, become a big Sim Pundit, and we'll do your thing as well. Old Man River says, lack of knowledge guy, perhaps. Man, y'all dogging Hofstetter. You guys are dogging the Hoffy, man. Hoffy, man. Jim Powell says, but he's a Patriots fan. Those two things don't make sense. All right. Average American boy, Mellow Yellow. Who else has been out here? Bruins Prod has been here and and a lot lately. Guys, Hoffy was a co-host off and on. Guys, what? Earlier in the NFL season, or was it late last season? I don't remember. This season's all kind of run together. Hoffy is a fan of the Patriots. He's a fan of the 49ers. He's a fan of the Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, Cincinnati Bengals, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars. I think he's a Seahawks fan as well. And he's a fan of the Indianapolis Colts. Average American boy says, you think the Raiders draft Fernando Mendoza? Funny story. My man BC Combs. We were literally just talking about this. I don't know if you guys see that. We were talking about it. BC says, let me quote, he says, Fernando is going to be a dog in the NFL. If the Raiders do not draft Fernando first overall, something is wrong. Something is wrong. If they do not draft a quarterback first overall with the number 1 overall pick, with the new coach, with a general manager that should be kicked out the door, and Tom Brady leading this draft or this search and all this other stuff, something is seriously wrong. Unless there's some type of major character flaws that we do not see, Fernando is the man. He makes all the throws. He makes all the right reads. He says all the right things. He's smart. He's a Heisman winning quarterback. He graduated college. He doesn't do social media. Well, LinkedIn. It's clear cut. Why even wait till April at this point? Just like, you know what? Just go to Vegas, brother. But yes, I do think that happens. And John says, Arch Manning. Arch Manning's going back to the Texas to take a pay cut. Still make more money than Fernando. Rex has said, go Bears. Go Bears. Guys, let's talk about the Chicago Bears. Let's talk about my man, or me, eating that crow. Because, man, our nation, simply put, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And I can admit it. I can sit here and I can eat that crow. I can stand on this soapbox and said, I said the Chicago Bears were going to be one and done. I said the Green Bay Packers were going to go to the Super Bowl. I said that it was Jordan's time, love to shine. And I have to say that they flamed out early. I said the moment might be too big for them. And the Chicago Bears looked me dead in the eyes and said, nah, Buck, watch this. Because the Bears just won yet another thriller. And this one was meant more than any other win the franchise had the last 15 years. Guys, let's walk through this Green Bay Packers versus Chicago game because it was pure chaos. All week long, we talked about starting fast. All week long, we talked about putting that belt to ass. All week long, we said that the Green Bay Packers had to do this, this, and this. And guess what? The Chicago Bears did the exact opposite. They had a 16-play drive. Driving down the field, nice methodical, ends in 3 points. First drive in the second half, they did the same exact thing. Nice 16-play drive, 3 points. 6 points late in the third quarter. At this point, it felt like this is one of those games. Defense was leaking early. Offense was wasting chances. Red zone failures were stacking up for the Chicago Bears. Fourth down interception in Packers territory. Another red zone trip that ended in a field goal. Everything seemed collapsed. Everything screamed one and done. But here's where this team showed you something different. The Bears defense flipped the entire game on its head. After looking anemic early, Dennis Allen's units clamped down. Stops, pressures, and field position. They didn't force a single takeaway, not one, and still found a way to win. That alone tells you how much the Chicago Bears have grown this season. That alone that says that the man-hour Bible this season was a little bit wrong. As you guys know, the man-hour Bible says, thou shalt not trust the Chicago Bears till December. Because I was buying the hype in September. Oh, baby, was I buying the hype in October. And November was slow down, baby, slow down, but wait till December. December, they had lost. I'm like, damn. Guys, Caleb Williams is him. Caleb Williams found it again. Because this kid has that clutch genes. 6 times this season, they were down with 2 minutes left in the game. And they come back and win. This is an undeniable truth that Caleb Williams is him. It just wasn't about him. Of course, it was about everybody, right? The huge punt return by Devin that flipped the field. A physical drive powered by Colston Loveland. Give that man the ball over and over and over again. Yes, he had a couple big drops, but man, that rookie is balling. Too hard. Grown man run from DeAndre Swift to finish it. Then that throw. You guys don't want to talk about rolling this way? Get that right. Caleb Williams breaks phases and drops a miracle to Roma Dunze just to keep the dream alive. And a few plays later, ball game, baby. DJ Moore hauls in the biggest touchdown on the night, pushes Chicago Bears ahead, and puts them away for good. 7 fourth-quarter comebacks this season, including the playoffs. The most ever by a quarterback under the age of 25. And just for fun, he throws for 361 yards in his playoff debut. Most since Matthew Stafford. Guys, it is not about luck. It is not about fluke. This is a quarterback who expects to win late. But now let's talk about the other side of the ball, because this loss is going to sting the Green Bay Packers for a long, long time. Matt LaFleur completely lost control of this game. They were up 21-6. Hell, they were up 21-9 early in the fourth quarter. And instead of shortening the game, leading on the running game that was non-existent, instead of trying to drain the clock, the Packers threw it, and they threw it a lot. 3 runs the entire third quarter. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. 3 and outs on their first 4 possessions of the second half. 5 minutes of possession time in the third quarter alone. That's it. It was like watching the Super Bowl all over again. You know that Super Bowl when Matt LaFleur was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, up 28-3? Foot on the gas, no awareness of like time, and giving opponents chance after chance after chance to breathe. Chicago took every one of them. Now, I want to be clear about this. Jordan Love was not the problem. Jordan Love is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Jordan Love was the man, the myth, the legend in this game. He was outstanding for most of the game. Third down conversions, fourth down throws, touchdowns, drives that the team needed. He even put the Green Bay Packers up by 11 with just 6 minutes left in the game. But football demands balance. And when Love was asked to carry a prolonged possessions while owning the league, the cracks started to show. A missed field goal, a drop pass that could have changed everything, and a final heave that was unfairly by the lasting image of the Green Bay season. This is going to haunt them for a very, very long time. But before we move on to this, guys, let's talk about Ben Johnson real quick. Because he got away with one. 4 fourth down attempts in the first half. Only 1 conversion. That's tough. Two of those decisions were directly against the analytics, right? Analytics don't lie, right? I roll there if you guys didn't catch it. One of them spotted the Green Bay Packers an easy touchdown. Now, it didn't cost him yesterday or Saturday night, but this is something to watch moving forward, especially with the divisional game coming up at Soldier Field with the LA Rams coming down. Guys, here we are. The Bears win without forcing a turnover. They erase a massive deficit. They survive a game and the win probability dipped below to 3%. And I'll say it again because it matters. I was 100% wrong about this team, and I was 100% wrong about this game. I was 100% wrong about the Chicago Bears being a one and done. This isn't luck anymore. This isn't magic. This is a young quarterback who believes, a defense that can adjust, and a team that refuses to panic. So, Man Hour Nation, here's the question that I want to answer in the chat right now. Are the Bears officially ahead of schedule? And how far can Caleb Williams realistically take the team right now? AKA, can they beat the LA Rams? Can they go to the NFC Championship? Can they go to the Super Bowl? Guys, drop your takes down in the comments down below. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time right here at manhournation.com. Now, this is a live interactive show. Let's jump in and talk about your comments. Average American boy, there it is. He says, my man, Caleb Williams, came back and slapped that belt to your theory. He did. What can you say about Caleb Williams? 7 comebacks this season. 7 times this season, they were down with the last possession of the game. They were down, left for dead. Matter of fact, what was it, the Green Bay Packers game? He scored a touchdown. They got the onside kick, scored another touchdown. I believe that was the Packers game. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong on that, right? Guys, everything is falling the Chicago Bears' ways this season. Let's flash back to last season. The 2024 NFL season. The Kansas City Chiefs won every one-possession game last season. Matter of fact, I think they were like 12-0, 11-0 in one-possession games last season. Every game, the ball bounced their way. It was just lined up to make that happen, right? This year, the Chicago Bears, every play is bouncing their way. The 50-50 balls are going their way. The magic is going their way. Caleb Williams is going their way. Guys, Caleb Williams is making a steady run to that top 5 quarterback position. He keeps playing like it. Listen, if Caleb Williams can play like he does in the fourth quarter, because let's just be honest, the game as a whole, from first quarter to fourth quarter, Caleb Williams was average at best. A lot of mental mistakes, a lot of maybe kind of pushing, maybe the pressure was trying to crush him a little bit. I mean, hell, all season long, if you just take the whole game, he's been average, right? But man, if you single in that fourth quarter, I believe it was under like 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go in the game, Caleb Williams is the man, the myth, the legend. If he can extend that for a half, he's top 10. Then if he could extend that for the whole game, he might be the best quarterback in the NFL. If he plays like he does in the last 6 minutes of an NFL game for a full 60 minutes, he is the best quarterback in the NFL. Matter of fact, I'll put the name on. I'll give him the GOAT category. He would be better than Patrick Mahomes. He'll be better than Tom Brady. He'll be better than Joe Montana. He's that damn good. Put some respect on the kid's name. I've been dogging him because he's a Chicago Bear. I've been dogging him because he hasn't been able to do this. But you know what? We know ball. We know ball here at Man Hour, and we see it. We see him growth. Caleb Williams is doing good things. My man Jim Powell says the Raiders won their last Super Bowls with Latino quarterback. Slow it down, baby. Pops the Shoot says, who do you got, Steelers or Texans? Give me the Steelers tonight. Give me the Steelers tonight on Monday Night Football. Mike Tomlin is coaching for his job. And the Houston Texans streak is about to end. What streak are you speaking of, Buck? Wait till the end of the show and I'll talk to you about that. I'll talk to you guys about that. Average American boy says he's the man. He is the myth. And he is the legend. Caleb freaking Williams. Put some respect on the name. I agree. Rex McCleaning says they play 60 minutes. Now, that is a question. You play the Bears, you better play 60 minutes. And I agree with you, Rex. The Chicago Bears do not have quit in their system. The Chicago Bears just keep chugging along, right? Matter of fact, I think Trip is in there watching Thomas the train right now. What's up, bub? Just keep moving, just keep moving. Or finding Nemo, right? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What? You have some pizza? Yeah, wait a second, okay? But listen, if the Chicago Bears could play a full 60 minutes, we're not talking about one Super Bowl. No. We're not talking about 2 Super Bowls. Now, slow it down, baby. We're not talking about 3. We're not talking about 4. We're talking about 5 Super Bowls that the Chicago Bears can win with this current team as constructed if they can play a full 60 minutes. That's the real question. Can the Chicago Bears play a full 60 minutes? That's the real question. And John says, hold my beer.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
John says, slow it down, baby. They're going to be done in the next game. He says Matthew Stafford, the league MVP, the LA Rams, the best team in the NFL, are going to come into Soldier Field. They're going to walk into that stadium and says, oh, this is a nice antique. Kick that door and says, this game's ours, baby. And John, I'm going to say slow it down. As the LA Rams are my Super Bowl pick. As the LA Rams did struggle a little bit against Carolina Panthers. I believe we're talking about that in section number 3 today, right? Actually, we're not talking about them today. My bad. We're talking about that tomorrow. But yeah, they might be done next week. Bruins Prods in the chat says, notice how Drake Maye won his first playoff game. Bruins Prod, notice how Caleb Williams won his first playoff game. Notice how CJ Stroud won his first playoff game. Come on, man. Don't be throwing all this shade at Drake Maye. When there's other players out there like Caleb Williams that is doing it better. Come on, man. And he says, I told you Drake Maye is good. Oh, slow it down, baby. You mean that Drake Maye that was, 6 for 16 in the first half for, was it 44 yards? You mean that Drake Maye that had to get carried by the defense? You mean that Drake Maye that had to have an epic collapse of Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers just to have a chance to win that football game? You talking about that, Drake Maye? We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to keep that energy. Keep that energy because we're going to talk about the Chargers and the Patriots coming up in segment number 3. He says he went to the game yesterday. Oh, man, I would love to go to a playoff game. I could never afford a playoff game. Actually, I did. We went to the Miami Dolphins Kansas City Chiefs game where it was like negative 15 degrees outside. They were literally giving away tickets. They're like, come to the game, please. It's so cold. We need to get our body heat. It was terrible. Old man Rivers says Stafford's MVP. I agree. Bruins Prod says Stafford is a fraud. Instant online and screens. The ball's fires the touchdown territory. He also plays extremely inflected. Come on, man. Come on. But we know who we really need to talk about. We need to talk about Superman. The man put the S on his chest. 1-7 on the jersey. Number 1 in our hearts. That is the one and only Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Guys, let's talk about the toughness. Let's talk about the heart. Let's talk about a quarterback who locked in like he walked out of a car crash and still decided, nah, I'm here to finish this, baby. Because Josh Allen just put on one of the guttiest playoff performances we have seen in many years. He was battered. He was bruised. He was knocked around. Foot issues coming in, concussion checked at halftime, hand injured on the throw, knee twisted on a touchdown run. None of that mattered. Nothing slowed him down because the dude played near perfect football game when it mattered most. Guys, Josh Allen went 23 for 35, 80% completion percentage, 273 yards, a touchdown through the air, 2 more on the ground. And if we're being honest, chat, if his receivers don't drop a couple balls, if he's not playing pickup game with the local high school, those numbers are even crazier. This wasn't just about a stat padding game. This was a carry the franchise on your back type of night, and it's actually what Josh Allen did. Guys, fourth quarter chaos, 4 lead changes, season hanging in the balance, and in the biggest moment of his career so far, Josh Allen delivers his first ever postseason game-winning drive on the road. A free rusher came screaming in his face, pocket collapsed, and then he drops a dime to the sideline for 36 yards to put Buffalo in control. To Brandon Cooks, by the way, a guy that nobody wanted out on waivers, and Buffalo was like, shh. We need somebody. Come on in. That's MVP caliber stuff. That's superstar stuff. That's Superman with the cape full of holes still flying. Guys, make no mistake about it. With the running game completely stuffed, this was Josh Allen's show. Buffalo Bills needed him, and guess what? He answered again and again and again. Now, on the other side of things, Jacksonville didn't go away quietly. The Jaguars ran the football down the Buffalo Bills' throat all night long. 154 yards rushing, nearly 7 yards per carry. Outside runs were killing the Buffalo Bills. For long stretches, it felt like the Jacksonville Jaguars could run whenever they wanted, when they wanted, how they wanted it. And honestly, that's where you start second-guessing things. Did they get away from the run too much? Because when they leaned on it, the Buffalo Bills had no answers. Trevor Lawrence had one of those nights that tells the whole story of a season. Some really good, some really costly. He did throw for over 200 yards, made some clutch throws, helped the Jacksonville Jaguars pull out 359 total yards. But those 2 interceptions, those were the differences between advancing and staying home. The first one, a brutal misread. His feet were in his own end zone that spotted the Buffalo Bills an early lead. The last one, with the game on the line, trying to answer back, intercepted again. That one sealed it. And that makes the playoffs so unforgiving. You can play well for 3 quarters. Hell, you can play well for 3.5 quarters. Hell, you can play for 3 and 5/8 quarters. But you make one mistake at the wrong time, it ends everything. Ask the Buffalo Bills, 13 seconds, right? That magic Jacksonville run, AFC Sam's 8-game winning streak over. Now let's give Buffalo Bills their flowers. Let's give their defense a little bit of credit, because while the run defense was horrible, the pass defense came alive when it mattered most. 2 interceptions, a massive turnover on downs, pressure up fronts, veterans in the secondary stepping up when the players went down. Tre'Davious White comes to mind. Had a hell of a game. Looked like primetime White out there, right? The game-sealing interception late, that's championship caliber football and championship caliber awareness. And how about Parker Washington for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Comes back after getting checked for the concussion and plays absolutely lights out. 7 catches, over 100 yards, and a tutty. He was a problem all night long. Over the middle, he was wide open. And if you're looking ahead for 2026, this guy's important for the Jacksonville Jaguars, is going to just skyrocket it. He is going to be the number 1 receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars moving forward. But yesterday afternoon, belongs to Buffalo. Their first road win since 1992. Let that sink in. Let that marinate for a little bit. 1992. First road win. Question about Sean McDermott? Quieted. Narratives about Buffalo Bill not being built for tie playoff games? Gone. They went on the road. They took their punches. They trailed. They answered every time. And once again, when things broke down, Josh Allen stood tall, put on that Superman cape, and did Josh Allen MVP things. So here's the real question for you, chat. And I want your answers rolling in right now. Did Josh Allen just play the best football game of his career? And are the Buffalo Bills now the real threat to win it on after dropping arguably one of the best teams in the AFC and the Jacksonville Jaguars? Guys, drop your takes in the comments down below. Subscribe, hit that like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time. We're at youtube.com/manhour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Let's get into your comments, guys, and discuss your thoughts. Bruins Prado says this is the first year he has been top 10 in the league. He sucks. Talking about Matthew Stafford or Josh Allen? You better be. Matter of fact, go to your room. Bruins Prod. I actually just had to wash my son's mouth out with soap earlier. Stick your tongue out, pop it in, right? I'm gonna need you to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna need you to get your hands all wet, start lather them up. I'm gonna need you to take it and lick it. Wash your mouth out with that soap, boy. Watch your tone when you're speaking about Josh Allen. Watch your tone when you're talking about the most electrifying player on the NFL field, and Josh Allen. Put some respect on that boy's name. John People says, sun shines on a dog's ass sometimes. Granted, he's having a decent year. Are you guys talking about Matthew Stafford? Y'all better be watching your mouth to talk about Matthew Stafford. Man's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to win the MVP. Hell, he might even win the Super Bowl this season. That says a lot about your knowledge about the sport. Bruins Prod. Do not take that from Old Man River. Bruins Pod. When Old Man River says you're not very smart upstairs, got to come back with that knowledge, brother. You got to come say, but don't be talking bad about mad Josh Allen. Don't be talking bad about Matthew Stafford. And we don't talk bad about Drake Maye. Because Drake Maye is the man, the myth, the legend. But guys, let's talk about that man, the myth, the legend. Let's talk about a player that has been welcomed to the NFL and the AFC playoffs. The one and only New England Patriots and Drake Maye. Guys, let's talk about the playoff pressure. Because this game was not pretty. This game was not flashy. This game told you a lot about two quarters heading in two very different directions. But let's start in New England. The winning side of this formula. Guys, Drake Maye made his playoff debut, and early on, it looked like the moment was just too big for him. He was skittish, late reads, missed throws, 6 of 15 passing in the first half under 100 yards. An interception that could have easily flipped the game. But here's the thing. Drake Maye did not fold. Instead, he did what young quarterbacks had to do in January. He survived. He kept the New England Patriots afloat with his legs, ripping off over 50 rushing yards in the first half, and he guided 2 field goal drives that mattered more than any other time that they locked in. Then halftime hit, and you could see it. The game slowed down for him. The arm dues loosened up, his chest pumped out, and the confidence started to show. After the break, 11 for 14, over 170 yards passing, and the biggest throw of the night. A 28-yard strike to Hunter Henry, the only touchdown in the entire game, and the dagger in the defense slugfest. Was Drake Maye perfect? No. He missed wide open touchdowns, took a brutal strip sack in the fourth quarter, and if it wasn't for a hustle up front, that's a turnover. But playoff football isn't about perfection. It's about doing just enough. And Drake Maye did just enough to push the Patriots for the first time in nearly 7 years. And let's talk about the other side of this thing, because Justin Herbert, guys, this is just another nightmare chapter in a rough postseason story. 6 sacks. He was hit 11 times. 159-yard passing yards on 37 dropbacks. And once the Patriots started dialing up pressure in the second quarter, it was over. It was lights out. It was a see you later, alligator after a while, crocodile. Now, Herbert tried to keep them alive with his legs, tried to extend plays, tried to wait for something, anything to open up, but the protection just collapsed. The offensive line was horrible. The running game never showed up. And when Herbert took sacks, the strip sack late with 8 minutes left, you could feel it. That was the moment. 3 playoff starts, 0 wins, 13 sacks taken, 5 turnovers. And yeah, the injuries could have, well, they did wreck the Chargers season. But this was still bad, even for those standards. Now flip it back to New England, because this wasn't about just Drake Maye. Stevenson quietly expanded his game in a big way. Not a monster rushing night, but as a receiver, he was huge. 48-yard catch, and then ran back up his near his own end zone. Multiple broken tackles, critical chunk plays when the offense was stuck deep. Guys, New England started 5 drives pinned in their own 20 or worse, twice inside their own 10. And Stevenson kept bailing them out. That's playoff value. And we have to give credit to the Patriots defense. They just didn't benefit from the charge of mistakes. They caused them. Stopping Herbert on multiple red zone runs, forcing a huge 4th down incompletion early. Started getting home with pressure late in the second quarter. 6 sacks, no explosive plays allowed, and when Christian Gonzalez was on the field, half of the field was erased. That's winning football. So when you zoom this thing out, here's what really it comes down to. Drake Maye did not dominate, but he grew up. We saw his evolution on the fly in his first playoff game. Justin Herbert, once again, couldn't escape the pressure, literally or historically. One team advanced by grinding, the other walked off with more questions. So here's what I want to know from you, chat. Did Drake Maye prove he's built for playoff football, and how concerned are you about Justin Herbert's postseason resume right now? Guys, drop your takes in the comments down below. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Bruin Sprott says, man hour. Buck, he says, Chris and Gonzo got a concussion. Eat it. He is in concussion protocol. As a matter of fact, he was knocked out the whole second half, wasn't it? Whole fourth quarter for sure. Christian Gonzalez could be the biggest what if. I remember when the Patriots drafted Christian Gonzalez, 2-3 years ago, right? Man, Hoffy loved this guy. Loved him. Matter of fact, it was the first 2, 3, maybe 4 games of the season. This man was balling out, locking down half of the field. Revis Island 2.0 per se. Anyway, he tore his ACL, wasn't it? Or he got hurt. Out for the season. Come back this season. Kind of just been quiet. Not really hearing his name too much. But prepping for the pregame for this show. Prepping to watch this game. Pressing to talk about your New England Patriots Ruin Prods all week long. I went back and watched these games. The reason why we don't hear Christian Gonzalez's name, the reason why the stats don't pop off the screen, the reason why we're like, man, is he any good? Because he is that damn good. Christian Gonzalez, if he misses this game versus I guess they will play the winner of the Texans versus Steelers, right? If I'm not mistaken. No, they won't. I can't remember. Whoever they play next, if he's not on the field, it's going to be a long, long day. Drake Maye, best step up. Drake Maye, best be the better version of himself. Drake Maye needs to be the man, the myth, the legend. But we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out in the end. Because the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles. Guys, all right. If you ever wanted to talk about culture, if you ever wanted to talk about the next man up, if you ever wanted to talk about a team that flat out refuses to die, guys, we got to talk about the one and only San Francisco 49ers. Guys, because this team held it together by duct tape and pure war power, and somehow they're still standing. Think about this for a second. Injuries all season long. Defensive stars, gone. One after another after another. Key contributors dropping week after week after week. And then, boom, they get punched again. George Kittle out for one of the most important players on the entire NFL team, pops his Achilles in the second quarter. Most teams fold right there. The Bills are winning the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Most teams would have folded right there. Season over. Too much to overcome. Not this group. Not Kyle Shanahan's group. Instead, the 49ers lean into creativity, timing, and pure nerve. A trick play. A receiver throwing a touchdown. Jawan Jennings drops back and throws it down to CMC to punch the Eagles right in the mouth. That wasn't just a touchdown. It was a statement. silly. And while the offense wasn't clean, while there were interceptions and mishandles and wasted timeouts, when the 49ers needed a splash play, they found them. And sometimes in January, guys, that is just enough. Sometimes in January, being just good enough is enough. But now let's flip it to the defense. Because this is where it gets crazy. Guys, the San Francisco defense is simply running on fumes. Replacements everywhere. Guys forced into roles that they were never supposed to play this time of year. And still, they are clamping down when it matters most. At halftime, the defending Super Bowl champions did not score a touchdown. 4 second half 3-and-outs, pressures at the right moments, discipline on fourth down, and a finicky, the game ended in Eric Kendricks forced into the lineup because of injuries, knocked down the final fourth down attempt. That's poetry. That's poetry in motion. That's magic. That's Super Bowl magic, much like the Chicago Bears. But let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, because this is becoming a pattern. The Philadelphia Eagles came out hot. Saquon Barkley was rolling. They scored on the first of the 2 of the first 3 drives. They controlled the tempo early, and then it vanished. No rhythm, no flow, no answers. The Eagles made just 2 field goals in the second half. Drops, missed throws, penalties, plays that went nowhere. And the spotlight is getting brighter and brighter on A.J. Brown. 3 catches, 25 yards, and a brutal fourth down drop that could have changed everything. Matter of fact, he had 5 drops in the total game. Fair or not, his future is going to be a massive offseason conversation. Now, credit is due. The Eagles defense tried to drag this team across the finish line. Quinton Mitchell picked off Brock Purdy twice in the second half. Very nice. That should have been enough. But the defense ran out of gas. And the offense couldn't return the favor. The San Francisco 49ers marched right down the field to go-ahead touchdown when it mattered most. And the difference between everything was that final drive. Philadelphia Eagles had a chance to win the football game. They had a 12-play drive. During those 12 plays, they ran the same play 5 times. I was sitting there and I was watching. I was talking to Tim at work today. He's a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. He's like, yeah, I saw that. It was predictable. We knew it. All season long, the play calling for the Philadelphia Eagles have been predictable. And it's finally got exposed. But guys, before we wrap this up, we got to talk about the unsung hero, the Marcus Robinson. All season long for the San Francisco 49ers, he's been quiet. He's been a role player. Barely on the stat sheet. In the playoffs, 6 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. His first catch went for 61 yards. That's a playoff football, man. Someone always steps up. So here we are now. San Francisco 49ers survive. The Philadelphia Eagles go home again, asking the same question. And the reward? A divisional showdown with the Seattle Seahawks. A rubber match. Division rivals. A trip to the NFC Championship on the line. So, Man Hour Nation, here's the question for you. Are the 49ers the most resilient team left in the playoffs? And is the Eagles core officially running out of answers? Drop your takes in the comments down below. Guys, subscribe, hit the like button, and remember, we're live Monday through Friday right here at youtube.com/Man Hour. Bruins Pride says, I gotta go. Peace out, Man Hour. We all we got, we all we need. It's all we got. It's all we need. We used to say that back in the day. We all we got, we all we need. We all we got, we all we need. We all we got, we all we need. Break the hook. It's time for a little segment with the call buy or sell.
Buy or sell, make the call, risk it big or lose it all. Buy or sell, rise or fall, one play left. Who's got the ball?
Alrighty, guys, as we start to wrap up the Man Hour Nation for the Monday edition, guys, it's time for those things called buy or sell. And here's how it works. I'm going to throw out a bold take. A question is up for us to decide if we're buying it or we're selling it. If we're buying it, it means you like the idea. You believe it and it makes sense. If you're selling it, it means you're out. You don't like it, you're not convinced, and you're shutting it down. Guys, it's buy or sell here on Monday edition of Man Hour NFL Talk. Let's start there right up at the top. with the first buy or sell of the day. Alrighty, guys. So the first buy or sell of the day. Guys, buy or sell. The Los Angeles Rams are the most dangerous team left in the NFC playoffs. And I'm telling you right now, Man Hour Nation, this is not a crazy take. This is exactly the kind of team you don't want to see. Guys, the Rams just went into the wild card round and survived. Not dominated, not cruised. They survived. And that matters. They were up early. They got punched in the mouth. They fell behind late. And when their season was on the line, they remembered exactly who they are. Matthew Stafford, with everything going wrong around him, calmly led the most important drive of the season. No panic, no hero ball, just precision. He leaned on his guys, Puka, Devontae Adams, and when Carolina adjusted, he trusted a rookie and a tight end in the biggest moments of the game. That's championship DNA. Guys, let's just be honest here. The Rams should have lost this game. Special teams were a mess again. Receivers dropped passes again. Stafford dealt with what looked like a hand issue again. The Panthers erased a 14-point deficit and took a fourth quarter lead. That's where most teams fold. The Rams didn't. They executed when it matters most. They perfectly called drive, multiple clutch completions, and a triumphant touchdown that ended the Panthers' season. That's what makes them the most dangerous. They don't need to be perfect. They just need one drive. They just need one play. They need one swing. Here's why nobody wants to see the Rams in January. Matter of fact, next week. This is why the Chicago Bears do not want to see the LA Rams. They're experienced, they're creative offensively, and they're comfortable in chaos. Matthew Stafford has been there before. This coaching staff has been there before. They've already won a Super Bowl together. And when the game tightens up, when the pressure hits, the Rams don't blink. Yes, they have flaws. Yes, special teams can sabotage them. Yes, they disappear offensively in stretches. But if you give them ball with just 3 minutes left and a chance to win, that's a problem. Guys, buy or sell, are the LA Rams the most dangerous team in the NFC playoff right now? Guys, I'm buying it. They may not be the best team right now. They may not be the most complete team right now. But this is a team that nobody wants to face. Because they don't have to dominate you, they just have to outlast you. This is why they're the most dominant team or the most dangerous team in the NFC playoffs right now. But Man Hour Nation, what do you think? Are you buying or are you selling that the Rams are the most dangerous team in the NFC right now? Or would you rather face somebody else? Is there anybody else on the face draft? Because I don't want to face. Drop your takes in the comments down below and talk out loud. Buy or sell.